This is our little apartment in Tirana, our second one. The first one we stayed at when we arrived a couple of weeks ago, was actually quite big. This one is smaller, but looks very comfortable. The reviews have been very good. So, we'll be here for 3 nights. There's a little veranda. Interesting floor in the bathroom. Yeah. Very neat. This is from the veranda of our apartment in Tirana. We're not far from Skanderberg Square, and this is the boulevard outside our place. Just left our apartment tonight and looking for some Greek Slovaki. So our host recommended a place and we're looking for it. So many food places around. Looks good?
It looks very good.
Exciting city. Tonight we're gonna have some pizza. Just came in and settled in, and after a long drive, and we found this nice place not far from our condo, and they sell the pizza by slice, so you can have a variety. Very nice. So I'm here with G, and we're about to start our walking tour of Tirana. We left it for the last because we're only here for a couple more days. Right, G?
Yes, and I cannot believe how close we are to the square. We are just around the corner from the square.
4 minutes walk, actually.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
This is Skanderberg Square. Now a youth IT center for creative technologies, This building was used as the NATO base during the Kosovo War. Original piece of the Berlin Wall given as a gift to Albania. This is Hoxha's house, the ex-dictator.
Our leader, system change, the family.
This is the Orthodox Cathedral, guys. Wow. This is the House of Leaves Museum. We're not allowed to take pictures inside, but this is the house from which the Albanian Secret Service spied on its citizens. So it should be very interesting inside. Yes, we're headed to the market. We are here. We're looking fine. As everybody knows who watches my YouTube channel, we gotta find food. Gotta find food. Cheers, love. G is having the Korcha beer, which she had in Korcha, and I'm having a beer from the tap, the traditional. So, cheers. We've got this aubergine, and we're just waiting for our lamb. This bread is very tasty.
So good.
Really, really good. And the aubergine, let's see. It's great how different cultures prepare things that you're familiar with in a different way. And this taste is exquisite. Really nice. Let's see what the lamb is like. Anyone visiting Tirana should visit the Bank Art Museums. They're graphic in there, but it really brings to life what those people went through during the communist era. It's worth reminding people, as quoted by Primo Levi, that those who forget their past are condemned to relive it.
let's hope that never happens.
Emerged from this bunk art. Well, I don't know they call it art, but bunk art 2. What a depressing experience downstairs, and a stark reminder of things that have happened in the recent past that must never be allowed to happen again. We're walking to the Grand Park, which is just about half an hour's walk from our apartment. We've got a lake there and everything, so we're looking forward to that. Sit down and have some coffee or something. Everywhere we go in Tirana, we see development. There's a Marriott Hotel. Congress building. Then this is the President's office across the street. This is the University of Art, I believe he said. And yeah, and this is the University of Technology straight ahead. I guess that's another hotel going up. There's the Marriott again. It's a theater right on the lake. Let me join my wife. She is sitting in comfort somewhere. Ah, there she is. Trust you to find such a comfortable place. Okay. This is what's the name of this lake? The park? The Grand Park, right? Grand Tirana Park. Wow. Beautiful. So now we'll walk back to our apartment. Relaxing before crossing the pedestrian crossing. That's our apartment above Photo. We are on one of the main boulevards, and that's Skanderbeg Square down where the tents are. There's a marathon coming soon. We are back at our favorite restaurant. We're back at our favorite restaurant in Tirana, Bati One. And we've got our two favorite waiters, Hyson and Emiliano. But this place needs reservations. We didn't have one, and they squeezed us in right by the kitchen, and that's fine with us. You have it at an angle.
To the eagle, bro. Like that.
They came and brought us sorbet, so that was pretty nice. And of course we weren't up to dessert tonight because we've eaten so much, but that was good touch. The manager brought dessert for us to share on the house. Can you believe these guys? We'll be back. This restaurant is number one as far as we're concerned. last evening in Tirana after dinner. Took a stroll to Skanderbeg Square and watching activity, people walking around, music in the park. Oh, it's lovely. These tents are for a marathon event that's due to take place soon, I believe, so they're all prepared. That's the area where they will do the finish line, I think, and there's a stage for the presentations. Yeah, neat. So, unbelievably, G, we're coming to the end of an amazing, amazing vacation in the Balkans. But today we're talking about Albania, right?
Yeah.
This is a country of just 2 million people, so it's a small country. There are more people overseas than they are living here. But what an amazing country. They have two coastlines, the Ionic and the Adriatic, which we have conveyed in our video, as you've seen. And the Alps, the Albanian Alps that go through the center of the country, amazing. So it's just wonderful. It's steeped in historic, from antiquity to the post-communist era. And we've seen a lot of evidence of the impact of communism on this country. But it's just been amazing. And I feel that we will come back to this country, won't we, G?
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Albania for the benefit of our viewers and friends who may be interested in coming here. What about the credit card issue and so on?
Well, I would always recommend you have to carry a certain amount of cash, because there are certain places you would expect to accept credit cards and they don't. So it's a surprise sometimes. You got to pay 2,000 leis and then it's cash.
Yes, right.
So
Yes,
it's very important. You must carry
some cash.
or take your debit card and withdraw money, but there are fees attached to that. But so what I have done, I have carried a certain amount of cash that I convert, but for the money changes all over the place into the local currency, and that has worked well for me.
I want to talk about the driving terrain, because before we came here, we read a lot online about the driving in this country being very bad and so on. But our experience has been really the opposite, because, first of all, let me talk about the terrain. It has been wonderful driving, hasn't it been, Jean? Over those mountains. The roads are phenomenal.
Scenery.
And the scenery, as you said, phenomenal. Just great. And I drove a manual shift car, not an automatic, and that brought a lot of enjoyment to me. But what I found with the people here is that they were very, very skillful on the road and courteous. Because then whenever they came across a pedestrian crossing, and there are many, they were very cautious to let people across. And I found that the use of the roundabouts was very skillful, and they followed the correct protocol. So I have absolutely no problems driving in Albania. Tell me about the cuisine, G.
Okay, when we were in Samil, I always mispronounce that.
No, but that's correct
word.
pronunciation.
We ate fish, and you had your seafood, and
Grilled squid.
grilled squid, and I've had the stuffed eggplants that have been great, both in Tirana and around where we've traveled.
Wrapped
been-
in grape leaves.
No. That is a stuffed eggplant I'm talking
Oh,
about.
sorry, beg your pardon.
Yes. The stuffed grape leaves. I asked for it yesterday at lunch, and it's out of season now.
But you had it
Luckily,
before,
I
though.
have had it in a few other places coming down south. So that eased my disappointment. And yeah, you get local foods in various places, and some
Your traditional food.
traditional, I should say. Yeah. And there are a lot of vegetables and salads, which is great.
What about our special restaurant that we're going back to?
Oh, go. Bati one.
Yes, Bati One.
Oh, that's great. Ooh, on our first night here, we went to spend the first night here in Tirana. We went to this restaurant recommended by our host. It was great. The food was great. the staff, wonderful. They even gave us dessert on the house.
Yes.
It was
And the
really,
atmosphere was
atmosphere
really,
was
really
really, really
romantic
nice.
and
It was nice,
beautiful.
really,
Beautiful.
and the food was really good.
Beautiful.
So we are going there again tonight
Yes.
on our last night here in Tirana.
Yes. And I want to talk about the cell coverage because we use an eSIM for our data from a company called Aerolo, and it was just absolutely wonderful. We had coverage throughout, and I was amazed that even driving in the mountains, we had adequate coverage
It was
to
just,
follow the GPS.
it's something to me, anybody who travels, they need.
They need that, for sure.
It is really, really good. Even walking around, we used Aerolo.
Yes, for sure, for
It
sure.
has really helped a lot.
Talk to me about Sarande and Samil and the time we
Surrounded
spent
and Samil.
there.
Yes.
What do you think of that area?
Actually, I like Samil from the point of view that there are a lot of beaches there, and for a beach holiday, I think it would be really great. The proximity to Corfu, it's great because you could take a ferry and go across to Corfu for a few days, and to Greece, it's just next door.
Next door.
So it's all well located, and that's why I think we will, God willing, will be back here in this area, this
Yes,
part of
for
the
sure.
world.
Now, what I noticed here, that we took a walking tour of Tirana, and the tour guide was explaining about the post-communist era, a lot of information. But one interesting thing that he mentioned was that Coca-Cola was the first Western company to come into Albania. So Coca-Cola is an amazing, I suppose, icon for the change of political system. And so people revere Coca-Cola in this country. The other thing he mentioned to remember about the
Especially older
bananas.
people,
Yes,
especially the older people,
correct.
because
Correct.
the older people, they look at Coca-Cola and bananas as something new.
Yes, and they never had it before, you see. Yeah, particularly the bananas. I was amazed too that they had been starved of bananas. They didn't even know what a banana was. So that was interesting. So tell us about how do you rate the standard of apartments
Oh,
that we rented?
I'm sorry, but I have to say that the standard of apartments on this trip has been great.
In Albania. We're
No,
talking about Albania at the moment.
oh, sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
It's okay.
Albania has been wonderful. Breakfasts have been included because we spent 1 day here, 2 days here. So we've more or less stayed in hotels versus apartments because it made no sense staying in apartments. And the breakfasts that came with the accommodation have been really great. Lots of traditional food, and the hotels have been really superb.
Yes.
One, for example, give you an example when we were in the distillery.
That's right. Medicine Distillery in Lekovic
Yeah,
on our way here to
it's
Tirana.
away from everything, high up in the mountains. But that was a lovely
Great,
experience.
luxurious accommodation and
Yeah.
great food, both
Yeah.
for dinner and for breakfast. So
And then we were in, what is the name where we stayed before we came? We
the
took to
Kocha,
Tirana, Kocha, and we stayed in Villa Esta.
Villa Esther,
Right,
yes.
they had music, live music
And in the
in the
restaurant.
restaurant, and we enjoyed that.
Amazing,
And the
amazing.
dinner was very good. We had pasta for a change, and it was very
But
good.
to end our trip in Albania, I want to sort of look forward a bit. I think this country is going to be a magnet for tourists in the future. They're just beginning to learn how to manage tourism, and you can see the growth already. But the people's attitude is wonderful. They're very welcoming, they're very helpful. And I think these are two ingredients that you don't find in every country that's going to stand them in good stead. So I think they're going to do phenomenally well. I just hope that tourism doesn't spoil it. I'm hoping for that. But I must say, when I walk around town and Tirana here and I look at the older people and I know what they went through under the communist system, I have great respect for these people to have endured what they did and to walk around, they still have a smile, and they go about their daily business. So,
Yeah.
guys, Albania was a phenomenal revelation to both Jeanette and I. And we'll be back, and we encourage anybody who is interested in the Eastern Balkans to include Albania in your trip. So thanks for watching,
Definitely.
guys. Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.